Porto, the magical city that captures the hearts of thousands of travelers every year. Situated along the Douro River, the city is an amazing blend where old world beauty meets modern era. From cobbled streets to colorful buildings, iconic bridges and absolutely delicious food, Porto definitely has something for everyone. But are its famous attractions truly worth visiting or merely hype? In this video, Tia and I are putting these randomly chosen top 10 popular attractions to the test, and we'll tell you honestly if we feel they live up to the hype or not. Also, we added a bonus 11th at the end, which is a personal favorite we felt that we should share. Hey, we're Greg and Tia, and welcome to the very first video on this channel.
So we recently moved to Portugal and we've been exploring some of the most popular spots here in Porto.
And in this video, we decided to visit 10 random top-rated attractions to see if they're actually worth all the hype.
So we're not experts or influencers, just a couple who love to explore, try new food and experience new places, like travelers.
And of course, we added one extra bonus spot at the end, a little place that we love to keep going back to.
So let's jump in, starting with one of the most iconic landmarks in Porto. So first off, we have the Dom Luís Bridge, and the first thing that we can say is that the view of and from the bridge is absolutely beautiful. It has this old school iron structure that might remind you of the Eiffel Tower, and that's no coincidence because it was actually designed by a student of Gustav Eiffel.
On the top level, the bridge is shared by both people and the metro. During peak times, it can get really busy, and with so many people crossing at once, it can feel a bit overwhelming. Especially with the metro passing by so close, it can be a bit of a thrill. The bottom level of the bridge is shared by people and cars to cross over. Sometimes you will see some teenagers jumping off here into the river.
So from the bridge, you can see the Ribeira District, plenty of cafes, boats, and a few of the other popular landmarks that we'll mention later. You can walk across any time of day, but one of the best times to visit is at sunset, especially from the Jardim do Moro side in Gaia. At night, the sky lights up the whole city and it seems to glow. With all the stars and the city lights reflecting off the river, it creates a truly magical scene. For us, it's an absolute must-see when you're in Porto.
Next, we have the São Bento Station, which is a truly stunning building, both inside and out. It's free to visit, which is fantastic. At the time we visited, the front of the building was still under construction due to the new metro line being built. That might still be ongoing, depending on when you're here. From São Bento, you can catch the trains to nearby cities like Braga, Aveiro, and even the countryside routes heading inland.
So inside, you'll find incredible tile work, thousands of azulejos, anyway, that tell the stories of Portugal's history, battles, and everyday life. There's also a time-out market attached to the station, offering a great mix of local and modern food. It's definitely worth the visit, even if you're just popping in to admire the tiles.
Of course, we can't talk about Porto without mentioning port wine. However, we must mention that we're not really wine drinkers, but we do love chocolate. So we visited Chocolateria Ecuador in Porto, and it was a win-win for us as they do a port and chocolate pairing. It was also one of the most affordable tastings we came across. They offer a great selection of artisan and craft chocolates. The tasting we chose was the Porto Pinta Classic, priced at €16.80 per person.
So that included a selection of 3 different port wines paired with some chocolates and truffles. The port wine has a sweeter taste, which we actually really enjoyed, especially when paired with the rich chocolates.
Yeah.
So it was a delicious combination that surprised us in the best way. All in all, it was a lovely experience and definitely worth it in our opinion. So next on our list is the Ribeira District, and honestly, it's almost impossible to visit Porto without ending up here. It's colorful, lively, and has that authentic European charm. You'll find markets, stalls, and restaurants around every corner. During the peak season, from around May to August, it does get quite busy, but that's also part of the charm.
It's one of those places where you can just wander and get lost in your own little adventure. Being a tourist hotspot, the restaurant prices are a bit higher than average. But the views and atmosphere definitely make up for it. You'll hear music all around, with buskers on almost every corner, from guitarists to trumpet players. There's always something to enjoy. The best part is that you can explore without spending a cent, or splurge a little if you feel like it. It's definitely worth a visit. Next up is Livraria Lello, the famous bookstore in Porto. The inside is absolutely gorgeous and definitely lives up to its reputation as being one of the most beautiful bookstores in the world. The staircase is stunning and the intricate wooden details throughout are truly something to admire.
Each side of the store is dedicated to a different language, and the English section tends to sell out quickly. They do have a Harry Potter section, and a lot of people believe the bookstore inspired J.K. Rowling's writing.
However, she confirmed in 2020 that she's never actually been there, so that's just a myth. A note here is that you have to purchase a ticket beforehand with a specific date and time for your visit. At the time we visited, tickets were €10 per person. But if you're interested in buying a book, that €10 is deducted from your purchase, which is a nice touch.
Yeah, they have some beautiful and special editions of the classics from Alice in Wonderland to the Jungle Book. And when we visited, it was really busy and quite cramped. Most people were there to take photos, especially on the beautiful staircase, so it was hard to browse freely.
The bookstore itself is amazing, and with the amount of people visiting regularly speaks volumes. But personally, we wouldn't go back. It was very cramped and overwhelming. Here you can see what we mean.
Porto is well known for its incredible food scene, and at number 6 on our list we have Brasão. We were recommended to go there by a few locals, which is always a good sign. We visited the one in Aliados, and it was such a stunning blend of rustic meets modern design. You can see exposed brick walls, wood, and a warm lighting that creates a cozy yet stylish ambience. The perfect spot to enjoy a delicious meal and soak up the vibrant atmosphere. It was honestly incredible. We definitely recommend making a booking beforehand though, as it's a popular spot.
For starters, we had the meat, mushroom and truffle gitsal, which was absolutely incredible. Tia and I love the taste of truffle, so this was a treat. For mains, we had the francesinha, a traditional dish here in Porto that has many flavors as it does calories.
It's big, and it's a rich sandwich filled with different meats, covered with cheese and topped with a type of tomato, beer, wine-based sauce. Oh, it was honestly one of the best meals we've had. And if you're not a big eater, they do offer half portions too.
That's true. For dessert, we had their lemon pie. It's a meringue shell encasing a creamy lemon filling. It's a great balance between sweet and sour, and breaking the meringue shell was satisfying. As for the cost of the meal, we had starters, a francesinha each, shared a dessert, each had a glass of wine and a beer, and the bill came to around €60 in total. For the quality of the food, that's fantastic value. So if you're a food lover, Brasão is a definite must visit. If you're enjoying our content so far, please consider subscribing and liking this video. It means a lot to us and really helps support the channel. Thanks so much.
Number 7 on our list is the Crystal Palace Gardens. We had a wonderful time walking around and soaking in the peaceful atmosphere. It's the perfect place to take a break, escape the buzz of the city, snap a few photos, have a picnic, or just enjoy a peaceful stroll surrounded by tall trees and colorful flower beds. Whether you're a nature lover or just looking for a place to rest your feet, this garden offers something special for everyone.
There's an awesome view of the river, and you'll often spot peacocks and ducks just roaming around. It really adds to the vibe. Now, when you start to explore, you'll definitely realize one thing, that it's much bigger than it appears, especially at first. You'll end up walking a lot more than you'd expect, at least we did, but it's definitely worth it.
We never felt crowded or cramped at any point, simply because the space is so open and expansive. And the best part? It's completely free. It's definitely a must visit on our list, especially if you love seeing different trees, plants, beautiful landscapes, or simply disconnecting from the city.
A quick bit of history. The name Crystal Palace actually comes from a large glass and iron building that once stood in the 19th century. It was modelled after the Crystal Palace in London and used to host exhibitions and events. Though the original structure was demolished in the 1950s, the gardens kept the name and is still one of the most iconic green spaces in Porto today.
Currently, the gardens are used to host popular events throughout the year, such as concerts, music events, fairs, and cultural activities. We highly recommend that you check the agenda for upcoming events.
Now for number 8, Sé de Porto, the city's cathedral. We were absolutely amazed by the beauty of Sé de Porto. The architecture is just phenomenal. From both the inside and outside, the design is incredible. It's just the kind of place where the more you look, the more detail you notice.
The entrance was only €3 when we visited, and honestly, that's an absolute bargain for what you get to see. The cathedral itself dates back to the 12th century and is one of the oldest monuments in the city. It was built during the Romanesque period, but over the centuries it's been updated with Gothic and Baroque elements, which makes it such an interesting mix of styles.
There's also a small museum area that you can walk through. Even though it's open to tourists, Sé de Porto is still an active place of worship. So it's not just a museum, it's a living part of the city's culture and faith.
So whether you're interested in history, photography, architecture, or simply want to experience one of the most iconic landmarks in Porto, it is 100% worth the visit. I must say that I personally didn't go there with any expectations, and I left being very impressed by the beauty of Sé. Situated right in the heart of Porto is a little gem called Bolhão Market. It is a well-known tourist hotspot, so it can get very busy, especially during peak hours. Inside, you'll find a wide selection of food, drinks, and plants, and of course, shelves stacked with tin sardines, olive oil, and other local specialities.
Prices can be a bit higher compared to regular shops, but you'll also find things here that are unique and harder to come by elsewhere. It's a great place to pick up souvenirs or gifts to take home. Keep in mind, it's closed on Sundays, so it's best to check the opening hours before planning your visit.
Entrance to the market is free, which is always a plus, and just next to it, there's a shop called Manteigaria. They make incredible pastéis de nata. We'll actually be doing a separate video comparing some of the top pastéis de nata spots in the city and revealing which one we think is the best. But for now, Bolhão Market is definitely worth the visit.
The final attraction on our list is the Clérigos Tower. The tower is connected to Igreja dos Clérigos, the Clérigos Church, which is absolutely beautiful. Its Baroque architecture shares some similarities with Sé de Porto, especially in its style of detail.
From time to time, the church hosts an immersive 3D show called Spiritus, which is an amazing experience that combines light, sound, and architecture. Honestly, it's something best experienced for yourself. As for the tower itself, it's beautiful.
The panoramic 360-degree view of Porto from the top is simply breathtaking. It's one of the best views in the entire city and an absolute must if you enjoy a bit of a climb with a huge reward at the top. There are around 240 steps to the top, so you need a reasonable level of fitness.
The tower is definitely one of the attractions where booking your tickets in advance is highly recommended. It allows you to skip the line, and trust us, the line can get long.
You're not allowed to take bags up with you, but there are lockers available, and it's for good reason. The spiral staircase in the tower is narrow, quite steep, and space is very limited. You'll often have to stop and let others pass when going up or down. There's also a small museum inside with various Catholic artifacts and exhibits related to the history of the Clérigos Brotherhood.
Ticket prices were €10 per person when we visited, and in our opinion, it's well worth it for the experience and the incredible view. So, now for the bonus attraction we couldn't leave out. It's
Conga.
This little spot is known for one thing: bafanas. A bafana is a pork sandwich in a spicy, garlicky sauce served on a fresh roll.
It's simple but packed with flavor. Conga's version takes it to another level. Their sauce is incredibly flavorful. Trust us, it's really good. We've been there a few times and every time it hits the spot, especially after a long walk. Everyone we've taken there has loved it.
Also, it's only €3, so yes, Conga absolutely had to make it onto our must-visit list. If you try it out, please let us know what you think down below. So that wraps up our list of Porto's top 10 attractions plus our favorite bonus spot. Most were totally worth visiting, a few maybe not so much.
But overall, Porto is a magical city. It's full of charm, beautiful places and welcoming people. Let us know in the comments which you would visit first.
And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. We've got more coming soon. Thanks for watching.
See you in the next one. Bye.